What's good? Good day, good afternoon, good evening, my people. It's Mr. Al Pete representing the Northeast Florida NABJ chapter, and we are here for our August-September news desk. Stick around. Before we get started, I would like to send blessings, power, condolences to the community, Newtown, to Jacksonville, to the families that lost loved ones, to the unfortunate shooting that happened on August 26, 2023 on Kings Road. So right now, let's do a moment of silence. All right. So I had the honor and the pleasure to go to the NABJ National Convention, which was at Birmingham, Alabama, early August. Listen, it was so much going on. This was my first one. So shouts out to the chapter for sponsoring me. Shouts out to my man, Charles Griggs. Me and him rode up there and we had the dopest time, had the great conversations. But listen, it's so much that was happening. It was so many workshops. It was so many parties. It was so many task force. Everything that you could think of when it comes to a convention, that what was happening there, and it was all media based communications, journalism, audio engineers, producers, senior producers. It was a lot of people there. It was CNN was there, Fox was there, the Griot was there, Byron Allen's group was there. It was so many people there. So I saw a lot of people just going around, and that was at the career fair. So we went through the career fair on Friday, but let's go back to Thursday. So Thursday, the Griot, when we first, as soon as we got off the road, I registered and went to go see the Griot Podcast Network. And let me tell you, it was great. It was great. They was talking about, the importance of Black people in podcasting, and they had the Griot family there. So shouts out to Natasha, shouts out to Panama, shouts out to Michael. Oh man, and it was just great how they was having good conversation.
So that's the side of Alabama where if that story is told by someone outside the state, y'all just down there in the woods believed in Bigfoot. We believed in Bigfoot because ... environment. And so
oh, that's South Carolina.
No, that was Mobile. That was Alabama. Oh, you who all seen the leprechaun say yeah.
And they stuck around and they took pictures. They just had a good time with us, and they were just networking. So I thought it was cool to see some people who I look up to and just have a conversation with them. Next up, we have the political task force reception. So we went there, and it was for the people that were involved in the political task force. So if you all into politics and stuff like that, they have a task force, and you know what task force do. Task force, find the problems and get solutions for them. So they had a reception. It was beautiful. It was at a museum, and it was a museum that was attached to the convention center. So it was dope to see a lot of sports information there. There was a lot of Alabama stuff there, of course, but it was other people that were highlighted as well. They had this ice sculpture. It was very, very, very dope, very dope. And then that evening, they had the HBCU task force reception, which was dope. They had the MPHC stroll off. Go Alphas, yes. All right, there we go. And it was hosted by Panama Jackson. So it was dope. It was a HBCU Go, shouts out to them, and they had a stroll off and they had a reception for that as well. So shouts out to all the D9 that was there representing, and shouts out to the other two Alpha brothers that were there holding it down for me as well. So it was dope. It was really dope. And then Friday was the career fair. Well, let me take that back. Career fair was going on the whole time that the convention was going on, but I went and witnessed it on Friday. And when you go around, it was just a bunch of news people. It was a bunch of media companies, and everybody was just swarming around. They was giving free headshots, free popcorn, which that was pretty cool. But it was just a lot of action going on. You saw a lot of newscasters, anchor people, doing on-the-spot interviews and just talking with people. And there was a lot of resource there. So if you were in the media world, it was like a gumbo. It was there for the picking. So I thought that was very dope that they had a lot of resources there, a lot of notable resources as well. So that was Friday. And then we went to NABJ Table Talks, Objectivity versus activism in journalism. NABJ Table Talks. Trauma in journalism, when to ask for help. Now, this particular one was pretty dope. We was in groups, so each table was a group, and they asked us specific questions about how do you handle being black in journalism, like really just talking about the ethics of news reporting, and does it hold you back from when, if you're black or stuff like that, or if you're a minority or if you're a person of color. I thought that was a very transparent workshop to be in, and I just learned a lot from a lot of people and how they feel. It just makes you think like that I'm black and I gotta be like, all right, do I need to not say this or do I say it? And you think about the institutions and the organizations that you're tied into. And you wonder, like, should I say this or should I not say it? So it was a safe house for us to kind of be in there and express our feelings. So I thought that was dope. And shouts out to Amir Vera, the VP of Digital and breaking news editor for CNN. He actually won again for VP of Digital for NABJ National. So I thought that was dope. He was in there, and shouts out to our new president, Ken Lemon. Ken Lemon was in there too. He was the VP of Broadcast reporter of WSOC TV, but now he is the president of the NABJ National program. So they were in there and they were conducting it. Some really dope people in there to talk to. Another one of the workshops that I went to was a personal one that I'm involved with. So we have the NABJ Entrepreneur Task Force, and I'm a part of that group. So it was good to see Brent Chambers, Karan, Leor. I was dope. I mean, we have meetings every month, so it was good to meet them in person. It was very good to see them, and it was a warm welcome when I saw them. And it was a bunch of entrepreneurs in the room, which was very dope. Brent, shouts out to him for really letting us lead the conversation. I thought it was dope that he was a leader in that regards to let us lead the conversation about what entrepreneurship is, and really just talking to each other and talking about our experiences. So, I stood up and gave my experience, and after that, a couple people networked with me, and it was like everybody was just networking, and it was cool to see that because usually some people are intimidated by networking with other people, but it was very comfortable, and I thought that was very, very dope. And if you want to get into the Entrepreneur Task Force, hit me up because I'm running the Slack channel and want to be having more conversations in the Slack channel, as well as every month we have a meeting. It's on Mondays. I want to say it's like the second or third Monday of the month. I want to say third. Don't just hit me up. I got you next time it comes. But looking to get into that a lot more, grow that. It was good to talk about entrepreneurship when it comes to communications, when it comes to media, when it comes to journalism, when it comes to PR, all that stuff. So hit us up. It was dope. Shouts out to my folks, Brent and Karan, for running that. And then the last one on Saturday, the last workshop that I went to was called Authentic PR, Unapologetically Black, a DEI conversation with iconic leaderships. And shouts out to Terry Allen, the Vice President of Focus Communications, for running this. Shouts out to him. He's a brother. He's a frat. So it was good to be in there and listen to the stories about public relations and handling those situations when PR is needed, when it comes to crisis or just, making sure that the talent or the character that they're representing is represented well. And, of course, being black in that space. So it was dope to be in there. It was good. It was a good Saturday during the day to listen to the people had a conversations about that. So I'm going to read some of the description, but it says, "We stand on the shoulders of giants," evokes a particular sentiment of descendants of a melanin-rich diaspora. PR has changed. In 2024, many of us in corporate America are still the only black PR professionals in the room. In 2024, something or someone still needs to change. And that's exactly what it was. They were talking about ways of making it better, giving more opportunities to people in PR when it comes to blacks. It was just a very, very, very great conversation. So after that, Charles said he wanted to touch the people. So when you say touch the people, that means you go into the city and find the locals and see what's going on. So in the midst of that, we went to the 16th Street Baptist Church which across the street was the Birmingham Civil Rights District, which all of that area is the district. But do your Googles on that. You know, we're coming up on the 63rd anniversary. No, not the 63rd. My apologies. We're coming up to the 60th anniversary of the bombing that happened at the 16th Street Baptist Church, and they're going to be doing some celebrations, commemorations going on, and this is happening in September as well. But it was good to be in the area. I felt like that was a very good touch to people moment, like to really feel feel the energy, feel the black energy that was there. We didn't get a chance to go to the museum, but listen, I plan on going back because I have to go to that museum and just look at all the history that's in there. So Birmingham, it was a beautiful city. All the blackness that was going on around there was great. We ran into a festival going on that Friday night. It was up on the bridge. It's kind of similar to how they do the Riverside Market downtown. Well, not downtown, in Riverside, where it's up under the bridge and they have the band. Shouts out to Cats downstairs. It was that type of vibe. It was great. So we stumbled over that, and that was on Friday. And then Saturday we just really hung out, man. Then Sunday we pushed back to Atlanta, but it was very great conversations. Very, very, very great conversations. I got to meet a lot of people. I didn't get a chance to meet Roland Martin. Don't know why, but it's all good. I think he was running around. But that's one of my goals, is to meet Roland Martin. He's such a media guru. So it was dope, y'all. So to wrap this thing up, 3 takeaways that I have. Number 1, spread your resources. Stop being stingy with the resources. That's one of the things that I learned. That black people, when we get the resources, spread them. Share it with somebody who you feel like could be a benefit to it. And if you're getting information from somebody, make sure you respect that source. Make sure you respect it, and it goes a long way with that. Number 2, be consistent with your own brand. Listen, we work for these corporations, we work with people, and we have these jobs, but do remember that you have your own brand, and make sure that you're promoting your brand, strengthening your brand, because it might be a day where you have to lean on your brand, and your brand will take you a little bit further than working with somebody. But that's subjective. But when it comes to us, make sure you're promoting your brand. And the last takeaway that I have: tell our stories. Listen, I am so big on storytelling, and we have to preserve and really preserve our stories, because it just feels good for somebody to tell our stories that look like us. And they are very important as well in this world. In the United States, anywhere, your communities, we need to tell our own stories. So you need to find somebody that tells great stories, that know how to streamline those things, and really just let's just tell our stories. That's real big. And they was talking about that at one of the workshops. So make sure you tell our stories. Event alert. September 7th, 2023, we're going to be celebrating Black media in the Northeast Florida. Shouts out to the Ken Knight Awards for throwing this magnificent event. This is a great time. The dress code is cocktail attire, and it starts at 6:30 p.m. on Thursday, September 7th, and it will be at the WJCT Studios, 100 Festival Park Avenue. Please RSVP, all right? So go to KenKnightAwards.com, RSVP, so we can celebrate African American and Black media. There's a lot of Black media going around here in Northeast Florida, man. We're going to celebrate, okay? So make sure you are in place, but RSVP first. All right, that's it, everybody. Thank y'all so much for tuning in to the Northeast Florida NABJ chapter's news desk for August, September. Make sure you check us out at the end of the month. We're going to have our news desk at the end of the month, every month, 2 p.m. on Fridays. All right, the last Friday of the month. We'll be right here. So make sure you subscribe to our YouTubes. Make sure you follow us on Instagram, Twitter. All the information is below or in the comments somewhere. But nevertheless, thank y'all so much. I'll see y'all on the next go round.